Hey, everybody, you found us. This is the All Meat, Hold the Anchovies podcast.
Hey, this is how my dad wears his hats.
Is his head that tall, or does he just wear it tall?
I know, isn't it crazy? It's like an extra 6 feet.
You got like a 4-inch forehead.
So I put mine basically as far down as it'll go without, my ears popping out. And Amazon has these try before you buy thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you laughing at?
Your head looks really small with that head on your head.
With that hat on my head?
Yeah, it just makes your head look really like Beetlejuice. After he shrinks his head down, it looks like your head shrinks.
Wow, I won't feel the least bit self-conscious at the gym now.
Hey, but mine's the other way around. I can put a hat on my head and it looks like the hat's being stretched out of proportion.
Anyway, so Amazon has the try before you buy thing, right? Mm-hmm. And so I put 3 hats on there because I really wanted an Adidas hat because I have an Adidas bag. Of course, I have Nike shoes, Nike shorts, Umbro shorts, and a Reebok shirt, but I wanted an Adidas hat because I really like that Adidas logo. See it? It's that dark or that gray over the black hat.
Like
What?
I have a hat just like that.
No, you don't.
I got an Adidas hat just like it, yeah.
It looks just like this.
I think so.
Does the back of it have a little Adidas tag?
No, the back of it says, your head is very large. Please be careful wearing this.
Oh, did your hat cost like an extra $3? Like 2XL and 3XL shirts cost an extra $2 and $3? No.
Just the size you order.
Anyway, so I did try before you buy, and I tried 3 different Adidas hats. This is the one I liked the most, and I'm very happy it fit. But some of those hats are really tall, and they look really stupid on your head. So.
I like flat hats that don't necessarily stand up. They just kind of, when you put them on, they just kind of almost fold to your head.
Otherwise, it looks like my dad's hat, like that.
Yeah, it looks like a dad's hat. Remember we talked about dad shoes? I think in our other podcast, somebody brought up dad shoes. Big, bulky, white tennis shoes. That's what those hats are.
Big Rockports.
Yeah.
Clunky Rockports.
Yeah.
Or those old rolling shoes, whatever those were. Where it like made you roll on your foot and people would wear them when they mall walk. Anyway, So tonight I texted you at 7 when we were supposed to start and said, oh, Connie, I need to go get supper for Connie. So I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, got her a healthy meal. I had a salad. She had Kentucky Fried Chicken. And on my way back, I'm pulling in the driveway, and I look up, and I hear a hawk. And I see the hawk has a bird in its talons, and it's flying off. And there's another bird chasing the hawk. It's pretty cool. I've never seen a hawk with, flying off with a bird that he was going to eat later. I've never seen that. Have you ever seen that?
No, but I've seen like vultures in the backyard.
Well, that's different. Vultures are like, everybody's seen vultures poking around on dead things.
We have hawks around here. I just haven't seen them do you just said.
I would have loved to have seen it swoop in and get it. So I was listening to. Oh, go ahead.
My only question is, why didn't you make her dinner? Why'd you have to go buy her dinner? You
know how long it takes to buy dinner? I literally got there and got back in like 12 minutes. I'm not making dinner. I don't make dinner, David.
Wow, you clean the house, you iron your own clothes, but you don't make dinner. You're almost there.
Actually, I take my clothes to the cleaners now. My shirts. I do not iron my shirts anymore.
Really?
It is a luxury that I have decided I'm going to do. If Connie can spend thousands of dollars on makeup every 6 months, I can. No, really.
Wow. Wow.
She goes to Ulta.
Yeah. Those are my daughters.
So what the heck is your chair? You got a vibrating chair or something? It's like going crazy behind you.
It does when I bounce my legs in it, yeah. Bouncing my feet, up and down, up and down.
I thought maybe you got a new special chair. I wasn't sure.
Is it shaking?
That looks so funny. It looks like you're in a massage chair.
Is it distracting?
Stop it. It's so distracting. It is so weird. It's like, anyway. So the hawk reminded me. I was listening. I listened to this podcast called Mind Pump, and it's these workout guys, right? And I must warn you, it is definitely explicit. They come out every day. Excellent podcast about health, working out, stuff like that, fitness. Well, they one of the guys on there said, "What is the fastest animal, land or air or ocean?" What do you think?
Hawk.
But you're in the right area.
It's not an eagle. They're not fast. Is it a
Think
bird?
Think of Atlanta football.
Oh, the Falcon.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
200 miles per hour.
Like in a dive or
in a dive. 200 miles per hour in a dive. And what's amazing is if you watch video of it, they're just like boom, and they grab whatever they're going. So a bird is flying through the air, and the Falcon can go at 200 miles an hour and snatch it out of the air. I mean, now those birds have been watching me.
Apparently. They got those watching you drive to KFC and back in 12 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, that's why.
Hey, I got the bird, didn't I?
You got part of the bird. That's right. You did good. You hawked it for your wife. That was good. That's why I like the slow motion videos of them attacking the water when they go in after fish. That is so cool. I'm like, fish, why are you at the top of the water? You should not be at the top of the water. That's where the birds are.
I mean, what if they're not? I mean, like, how far down can they attack in the water?
I've seen birds go underwater, but they don't. Yeah. Surely they don't go deep underwater.
Probably at least a foot and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going that fast. You're bound to be going deep in the water.
Yeah.
So
Davis, Terry got Davis up to this. So Davis had a heck of a week last week. He had his play at school, which he's gotten into drama since last year and just loves it. He's got the best group. They have their own little text group, and they all went to prom together. And it's just a great outgoing, and it's kind of helped him get more outgoing too, which is really cool. And so he had practice 3 nights in a row, which is why I was so late recording last week. And then, of course, he had his birthday last week. He had COVID 2 weeks ago. He had all the makeup to do. He had 3 nights of practice. Thursday night was the play. Friday night was the prom. Saturday night was the play. Then last night, we didn't feel like cleaning the house. So we told my family, meet us at Dairy Queen. We're going to celebrate Davis's birthday. At Dairy Queen, because it's just you can ice cream, you can get whatever you want. We're not cleaning the house, just meet us there.
I thought he got sushi for his birthday. We talked about it in the last episode.
That was just the 4 of us: Gracie, Davis, me, and Terry.
So the rest of the family's too cheap, and they get him Dairy Queen.
We're not going to ask them to pay $20 to eat sushi.
Yeah, but
that was the expensive meals. Well, one Monday at theater practice, drama practice, Terry took cupcakes up there. So he got cupcakes, he got sushi, he got cheesecake, and then he got Dairy Queen last night. And we're up there for like 3 hours just talking. My family loves to just sit around and talk.
Yeah.
So today Terry gets up, and she wakes him up, and then he drives her to his school. She drops him off, and she goes to work. And he gets a lot of good driving practice for him. And so he gets up, he gets kind of dressed.
Driving practice? He's 18 years old. Why does he need driving practice?
Because COVID blocked out like a year and a half of him trying to get his license.
Oh.
He's going to get his driving test actually next month. Yeah, he's 18. So
boy, that messed up his dating life.
It did. Wow. Quite a bit. I know. That's why I was so glad he went to the
2 years
prom.
behind.
Yeah, so
is he going to go for 16-year-olds since he's 2 years behind, or is he going to go for 18-year-olds?
He's going to go for whoever makes him happy. Come on.
Someone in the theater department.
I don't know about that. We'll see. But I encourage him to go to try out for theater in college. Oh, you don't have to be a major. I said most of the people in Gracie's program were not majors. So anyway, so she wakes him up this morning. They have their routine where she gets up, she wakes him up, then she goes and gets ready and stuff. So he comes down the stairs. He's kind of dressed, and but no shoes and socks, which is his thing. That's the last thing he puts on is shoes and socks. So he's opening the fridge, and while she's in there, he goes, "Have you ever heard of Senior Skip Day?" She's like, "Yeah, I've heard of Senior Skip Day." It's almost like he said it in a way that it sounded like a fairy tale. He wasn't sure if we would buy it or not. So she's like, "Yeah,
this thing.
Yeah, Senior Skip Week." But so, and then she's like, "Yeah, I know what that is." He goes, "Oh, can I stay home?" She's like, "Yeah, you're a senior. You do what the seniors do." She goes, "But are you going to miss anything?" So he went through his class schedule real quick online, and he was free to go. So we're Bailey called us tonight because we sent her a package in Arizona, and she's talking to him, and she actually remembers because it's the first day of school after prom, and she's like, "Hey, did you stay home today for Senior Skip Day?" And we told the story. We got a good laugh, and Tara's like, "Yeah, I remember ours." She goes, I think our generation started Senior Skip Day. I remember because her mom wrote her a note but didn't tell her dad. And it was like a secret they kept from her dad because I'm not sure he would have approved.
Yeah.
And she said, and she looked at me and she said, "You had Senior Skip Day, right?" I said, "Yeah, we had Senior Skip Days." And she goes, "Days? What are you talking about, days?" Yes. I said, "Well, when I was a senior, I had a boogie board crew. We weren't surfers. There were surfers, but we were just boogie board guys. We just like the boogie board." I said, "I think it was like every Friday in May was the Senior Skip Day." I mean, I had great attendance, but that was my confession to my kids. Yeah.
But what? Okay, so I have two things. Number one, the whole problem with shoes and socks being the last thing you put on. Well, I have three things. That's one, which we'll get into. Two is the guy's 18. Why is his mommy waking him up? And then three, aren't you supposed to do something with friends on Senior Skip Day, not just hang around the house?
So one,
yes,
he loves being barefoot. He's always liked being barefoot. So it's just his thing. But I have to tell him, look, when he's going with me somewhere, I'm like, put your shoes and socks on because I'm going to give you like 2 seconds notice that we're walking out the door. It's just kind of his thing to be barefoot. He loves being barefoot.
My problem with that being the last thing you put on, that I don't care being barefoot. The last thing you put on is when you put on your socks, your jeans get in the way and you have to like pull your jeans up over your calves to get your dress socks on.
No, you just wear short socks.
Not if you wear fun socks like I do with my jeans and stuff to work.
Not everybody is as fun as you. So number two.
Yeah, why is his mommy waking him up?
His alarms go. He's got multiple alarms. Sometimes I've heard his alarm go off when I'm up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, why do you have these alarms? I think it's a wake up process. But she has to go up there because he'll close his eyes. He's not none of my kids. Gracie wasn't a good waker upper either.
It doesn't matter. You tell him, little parenting advice, like you need it, but you tell him, "I'm not waking you up anymore, buddy. You are 18 years old. You are responsible for yourself. One day I'm not going to be here, and you're going to have to grow up and wake yourself up." So boom.
Well, I can say that I think she enjoys doing it because it's her last time spending with him in school. So, but I'll tell her that you said she had to stop.
No. You don't need to tell Terry. Let's not tell Terry I said that.
Honey, Dwaine says you can't wake up your little boy anymore.
Terry's scary whenever she wants to be.
So what was number 3? Barefoot, waking up.
I forget what.
Oh, why am I asking you to remember something? So.
Oh, shut up, man. Okay, what were we talking about? Senior Skip Day. You're not supposed to just stay home by yourself. You're supposed to go out with a bunch of friends.
Oh,
go to like Top Golf or something.
Yeah, but they talked all day and they were all worn out, tired. He was worn out, tired. So he'd rather get online and hang out.
Oh, get online. Okay, see, you and I didn't have online.
Oh, no, I never stayed home for Senior Skip Day. I always went to the beach.
I mean, anyway.
Like you said, we were driving by then, so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, golly, I was never, ever home. And never did I date a girl where she came to my house. I always went to her house. Always. Never wanted a girl at my house.
Even when your parents weren't there?
Like I said, Dave. I always went to her house.
It's
never
funny.
My house.
It's funny because I think about the relationship that we have with our kids at this age, and I'm like, I had a really great relationship with my parents, but I think I'm like you in that I was almost never home at night.
I was never
at least till like 8:30, 9 o'clock. If it wasn't a date, I'd have been home after work. After work, I would have gone somewhere and hung out with a friend, and then come home at 9, 10 o'clock if I still had school.
Later than that.
On a school night?
See, I would go to work. Well, I'm okay. So from like 12th grade on, right? So
that's the so first you're talking 2 years, after graduation.
Well, 12th grade, not graduation, and then then I graduated. Then I was 2 years at home. Went to a junior college, right? Because they paid for me to go, so I went. Not my parents, but the school. So I would get off work and go to my girlfriend's house and get home at 12, something like that. And every single night, I was never ever home, ever. I mean, during the afternoon, I would be. In fact, I had 2 jobs. I had a morning job during the summer, actually. No, because I took afternoon classes. So I had a morning job. I got there at like 7:30 or 8. I worked till lunch. Then I went to classes, and then I worked my night job. Then I would go to my
college or school? House. Junior college.
Junior college.
And you were in junior college. What'd you do?
No, also high school. I started working the day I turned 16.
What was your morning job?
I worked at a retail store.
Oh.
Service merchandise was what it was called.
Yeah, I remember that.
Back when VGA monitors first came out.
There was like a brand, and I remember service merchandise.
Yes. And then at night, I would work at Mazzio's Pizza.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I worked. I stopped playing sports, and I just started working because I wanted the money for dating.
Yeah,
but I didn't
have money.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. I didn't have a steady girlfriend until Terry, and that was at the end of my freshman year in school.
Yeah.
But even then, I didn't spend a lot of time at home. I was either at a friend's house or going to the beach or just. But when we started dating, I spent every evening that I wasn't working over there, hanging out with her.
I spent every night that I wasn't working and that I was working.
That's why I probably didn't bother my parents that I lived at home, because I wasn't really there that much.
Yeah, you weren't even home.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But
you don't start talking about old girlfriends?
Well, no.
No, we don't need to.
I'm not going to tell this story.
We have found perfection, so we're good.
It's a good story, but I'm not going to tell it. So it's not an inappropriate story. It's just a good story. But anyway, golly, I started the show with the hawk thing.
Yeah.
Because that was going to lead into me getting attacked by a pit bull. The hawk killed the bird. The pit bull tried to kill me and almost did.
That's today?
Oh, you remember. I've told you about this. It was early on. I was like 22, maybe 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Do you want? Oh, okay. So it was a Saturday morning, and there was someone who I think maybe had visited our church. So I was going over there to say hi and invite them back and ask them if they had any questions, stuff like that. So it's like this house that's way back, like a really long driveway. There's no one, there's no other houses around, and it's me by myself, which is not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
I do not do that anymore.
Good.
So I drive.
We've been waiting for you to come over. Our dog's been hungry. We've been so waiting for you to come by.
Well,
I don't know why I did an accent, but anyway, go ahead.
So I walk up. So I park my little Paseo, probably a good 20 feet, from the front door. And I walk up to the front door and I knock. And I start hearing this barking, like mean, I'm going to kill you barking. And I look over to my right, and around the house comes running full speed the biggest pit bull I'd ever seen in my life.
Wow.
So I immediately face the pit bull and start yelling at it to stop. Because usually if you yell at a dog to stop, they'll generally stop. But apparently a mama pit bull with babies in the backyard does not stop. So she ran up to me, and she did stop for a second, but then she went for my leg, right? So she bit my leg, ripped my pants, put a big old hole in my leg, and I was like, oh crud, this dog is literally attacking me, right? So I start backing up because I'm not going to put my back to this dog, right? So I'm yelling at this dog, backing up. She's barking at me, looking me right in the eye. Then she jumps up to go for my neck, and I throw my arm up, and she bites my arm. You know, like you see in the shows where the dogs attack the arm and they shake them off like that.
Yeah.
Well, of course, she was trying to knock me down because once a pit bull gets you down, they're going to get your neck and kill you, right? So, but I threw my arm up, and back then I wore a gold bracelet that Connie got me. Because I was wearing the bracelet, you can still see on my arm the scar where she bit, and the bracelet put a scar on my arm. And she had like 2 puncture holes on the top of my arm, and then the bottom had one, and then where the bracelet stopped the tooth from going in. So she didn't get a good grip because of the bracelet.
Yeah.
Right. So I still had that scar on my arm. So anyway, you can't see the holes, the teeth marks anymore. You could see them for about 25 years, but they've recently gone away. So by then I'm like beside my car. Okay. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, that I was wearing a bracelet. And I finally get her off of my arm, and I jump in the car. Well, obviously, I am like, oh my gosh, I just got attacked by a pit bull.
Pants are torn, your arm's bleeding. Yeah, I would be a little freaked out too.
And then she starts attacking my car.
Now you're getting mad.
She starts like attacking the bumper and the door. So I put that thing in reverse, and I drive immediately to the ER. And I mean, you know, I'm bleeding and I got attacked by a dog. So I go to the ER and stuff happens. I do not sue them. Technically, I guess I could have. But I did not. I did report it, obviously, because I went to the hospital and they're like, what happened? And I said, I went to this person's house and they didn't have, they didn't have a beware of dogs sign up.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Yeah.
And they didn't have a no trespassing sign up.
Oh.
So it was just, you know, I mean, I was just going up just like you would anybody else. And the police went up to the house and the dog attacked the police car. This dog was crazy. Well, the owners of the dog like begged me not to make them get rid of their dog because I could have had the dog put down.
Yeah.
You know? And I said, I'm not going to do that. I said, you just need to pay for my medical bills. You know, I'm not going to sue you, anything like that. I just want you to pay for my medical bills. And it took them forever, but they did finally pay for my medical bills.
So 2 questions.
Yes.
Oh, you finished? Is that it?
2 questions. That's your first question. Am I finished? Yes.
3 questions then.
3. Oh, okay. Yes, I am finished.
Did they fill out a card asking you to come to their house and tell them more about the church?
I don't know.
I know that's a long time ago. You wouldn't remember that. Second question: did they ever come back to the church?
No, and I didn't sue them either. You think they would think, wow, this guy could have sued us for all kinds of money, and he didn't. But
so my dog attack. Oh, it actually left a scar. I don't know if you can see it or not on my thumb.
Yeah, I do see that.
So
it's like Jaws. We're comparing scars.
This dog was so small. It was a hot dog. The type of dog that it was. Wow. And it was me and my friend at his house getting ready to swim in his pool, and we were messing with the dog. And my family, we just get right in our dog's face. We play with them. We push them around. Yes. We were always my parents taught me to get the best way to get used to a dog is to put your hand in its mouth. You know,
let it get in its mouth.
Well, it's because it won't bite you. They were just trying to tell me she won't bite or he won't bite. They just want to play. They know who you are. And I would, do that. And once I did that as a little kid, I was like, oh, this is so cool because she knows not to bite me and stuff. Well, I'm thinking all dogs are like that. So I'm probably antagonizing this little hot dog to the point where it decided it liked my thumb better than it liked me antagonizing it, and just bit the top of my thumb. And I don't even remember it it hurting until they told me, hey, your thumb's bleeding, your hand's bleeding. But I don't remember anything that happened. It was not nearly as tragic or traumatizing as your situation. It was a little hot dog. Yeah. So I just want to compare my little hot dog bite to your big pit bull coming out, attacking your car.
Attacking me, trying to get me on the ground. This dog was, man. My dad was.
Do you still have problems when you see pit bulls?
Oh, I have problems when. Okay, for several years, dogs scared the heck out of me.
Yeah.
You know, they made me nervous. To this day, if a dog starts barking at me, like looking at me in the eye and barking, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not scared of dogs. I just don't like it when a dog starts barking at me.
Yeah, especially like a loose neighborhood dog. It just looks because to me, the majority of dogs I've seen like that don't bark at you. They just look at you to see what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if a dog starts barking, I can see where that would bother you.
Yeah. I just texted my mom because when I was a kid, I was at grandma's house, my grandma Jenny's house, and my mom's dad came over, who I never saw, and I don't even remember his name. But his dog, I walked into the kitchen and his dog ran across the kitchen, jumped, and bit me in the face.
Ooh.
But I don't remember what kind of dog it was. So
You're
I just
a dog
texted
magnet.
my mom.
You're a dog magnet.
Yeah.
They just don't like you.
So I'm going to find out what kind of dog that was and tell you whenever my mom texts me back. So, but yeah, I got attacked by a pit bull. And
wow.
It was scary.
Wow.
What's great is I was already going to tell you about that. And then I saw the hawk flying with the bird. I thought, oh, what a great transition. By the way, I worked out at the gym today in the afternoon because I was up all night helping Connie with some school stuff, and I was exhausted. Actually, I was helping her till about 8:30 in the morning. Well, then I had to go to work. So I went to the gym in the afternoon. It is so crowded. I hated it.
Yep.
I did not like it at all. Way too crowded.
So we with the I don't think it's COVID related, but they're trying to help out. One thing that I work for the government, so one thing the government can do is offer flex hours.
Hey, yeah,
and even like 4/10s versus 5 days, you can do 4/10s. So the we flex while we work. That's true. I enjoy it because I can do 10 hours easy. Because I go in at 6, which is why I don't work out in the morning because I'm at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. But then come around by the 10th hour, I'm still doing paperwork from the days with the work. Yeah. So it's easy for me. And it's so cool because last week I would have worked 4 9s and had my Friday off and then covered the rest of the hours this week. Instead, I worked 4 10s, had Friday off, and now I'm already 4 hours ahead this week.
Dude, man, if I was in your situation, I would work 4 10-hour days in a second to have Friday off.
I would too, but right now we're in a very busy time because of upgrades and stuff we got going on with our department. But still, there will be times this summer, my boss is already aware of it. He's like, whatever works, just make sure we're covered. So I'll pick like a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Wednesday the second week and just take the whole day off and just still work 4 10s. I love it. Oh my goodness, I love working 4 10s.
My Mac has 10% battery, but we're at 31 minutes, so we'll be all right.
Yeah.
But anyway. So, what was the point of that? Because I got distracted by the low battery thing.
I got thinking about working out in the morning, and I used to work out. I used to go running in the morning, but now there's no way I'm going running at 5 o'clock in the morning or getting up to go running at 5 o'clock in the morning just so I can be at work by 6.
Why not?
Because
you'd have to get up earlier.
Right.
Because it takes you 30 minutes to get to work, doesn't it?
About 20, 25 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
So my buddy, who's a pastor at our church, he gets up at 5:15 to go run at 5:30. But see, I have to be on the road. I see him while I'm driving out and start his run.
Okay, so I usually get up at 5, and I spend time reading the Bible and praying, and I eat my breakfast, which is something with protein, something that has a lot of protein in it. Usually, anyway, it doesn't matter. And then I go to the gym. And depending on what day it is, what kind of workout I'm doing that day. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy is sometimes I'm still like barely making it to work at 8. Just, So I guess because I just enjoy it so much at the gym.
You are still enjoying it?
Oh, man, I love it.
Every day?
I love it. Every single day. I even go on Sunday mornings before I go to church.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's great, man. I love it.
So happy for you.
Yeah, I am too. Man, do you see that bump on the side of my neck?
Yeah.
You see it? It never goes away now. I always see it now.
Turn your head straight at me. Are you looking straight at me? It's so profound that your other side looks indented.
I know.
Yeah.
Right here.
I don't know what it is.
Here, they did a sonogram or whatever it's called, and they said it's just
weird.
A lymph node.
It feels weird when I push on it.
Oh, yeah, David, push on it right here.
I see it. Yeah. Take it.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, she said it was just a lymph node, that there was no foreign anything in there, and to come back, like if it was still a problem in 3 months or 6 months to come back. So I'm probably going to, I mean, the problem is it's a $200 test. And, I don't want to just throw $200 at my neck every single 2 months.
You know what's weird about spots on you and stuff? And it's like if you get like a tick, and of course you want to pull out all the parts of the tick when you do it. But if you take a picture, after you pull it out, if you take a picture of that spot on your foot, of a high def picture, which of course all our phones do, and then blow it up, that is the weirdest, grossest looking thing to ever look at. But you can really see what's in there. That's what's so weird.
Oh, wow. I hadn't thought about doing that.
Oh, yeah. I do that all the time. If I have a bump, I want to make sure it's not a bite, a stinger didn't get left in there or something, or just something foreign in that spot. You just blow it on up, and it's this big in your face, and you can see the injury, see the spot. Now, you don't have to do that with your neck. It's already this big. You don't have to.
My neck is already huge. Last week, or the week before last, I woke up and I had 2 bites on my neck and 2 bites on my chest.
Oh.
Something bit me.
Spider
Obviously,
bites.
I had bites. Yeah. And they got a little swollen, stuff like that.
Or did you go to bed when Connie asked you to help do something?
No, I'm sure it was spiders.
Because those children's scissors, they're still pretty sharp no matter what.
Oh, yeah, they are. You know it. Hey, what happened to are we still recording? Yes. Okay. Anyway, I was going to tell you my breaking my ankle in the snow story because somebody asked me to today. They said, "Ooh, you need to tell your story on your podcast about when you broke your ankle and no one in your family paid attention." And they asked you to do, like Connie asked me to do something, and I'm like, "I broke my ankle."
Where was this at?
It was it was here.
What about when you jumped over the roof here?
I jumped off the roof there?
Over the wall on the roof. You and Ernie and Brett went up on top of the roof?
Oh, yeah. I sprained my ankle. I remember that. No, this one I broke it. I remember that. And I tried to get the church to pay for my medical bills, and they said no.
You always seem to be trying to get people to pay for your medical bills or something.
That is not true. That makes me look terrible.
It's 2 for 2. Pit bull and churches.
What was the first one? What was the first one?
The pit bull.
I was attacked.
Still, you're forcing other people to pay your medical bills. There's a continuing circle here. Should have offered you at least a puppy.
Yeah.
That mother would have followed you all the way home.
Yeah, I don't want a puppy pit bull. So last thing I have is today. So I edited the one that drops tomorrow. I edited episode 18. We're recording 19 for May 17th, which is tomorrow. I edited that one like on Friday, right? But I didn't upload it and get it ready because I just didn't want to. And today, I write stuff down in my notes, stuff that I may want to talk about as they come up. Like when the lady said, "Hey, you should talk about the snow thing," I put it in my little app, right? My little notes, just in case, which we didn't talk about it. But so tonight, okay. So apparently earlier today, when I went to write down these notes, I just went ahead and deleted all my notes from episode 18.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I edit the podcast, I write down the things we talked about so I can title the show. Because, our shows are always titled Talking About and then 2 to 3 subjects that we talked about.
Yeah.
Like talking about our wives and plot holes, I think was one of the titles, like 3 episodes ago. Talking about our wives and plot holes.
Mm-hmm.
Totally not related, wives and plot holes.
Plot holes is the
movie. Plot holes has to do with movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, so tonight I go to upload the podcast and write all the details about it. And none of my notes from that podcast are on here because I deleted them to try to, be efficient when I put my new notes in. It happens to me, David, every single week.
So do you need to set a reminder to yourself to not delete your notes?
I don't know. I just need to not do it. I need to not do it.
What's funny is that you think it's actually gone.
What do you mean?
It's in the cloud.
No, it's not. Not in the notes. Once I change the note in the cloud also changes. You can change a note on your phone and watch it change on your computer.
There is a snapshot somewhere of your previous notes.
Well, either that
I don't want you to be nervous. I don't want you to be nervous to get worried about it, but
Either that or I spend 5 minutes just skimming through the podcast to figure out the topics. By the way, I'm at 7% battery, so we need to probably end this show.
I only have one more story. I don't have another story.
Do you?
No. All my stories lately just feed off yours.
Our listeners have gone up to about 30. That's pretty cool. It's like doubled.
See, I was hoping we'd get 30 for 30. Once we hit 30 episodes, we have 30 listeners.
We may have more than that when we hit 30 because we're recording 19 right now. 17 are out until tomorrow, and we've got probably 30. Like the first episode has had 56 downloads, and then after that, it's pretty consistently 32. So 20 people didn't like the podcast, and then 30 some odd people kept doing it. Oh, we keep forgetting to mention we have a Facebook group.
Yeah. You keep forgetting. I don't care, but yeah.
You just don't care. Facebook.com/groups/all-meet. So did you have any, that's all I got. How about you, Dave?
I'm good.
You got anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Used to be we would say that, and then you would say, no. But then you'd start talking about something.
Yeah, after the 8th time, I was doing it on purpose. But yeah, the first 7 or 8 times, it's like I remembered something right when you asked that question. Yeah. But I didn't consider it a one more thing. I would always consider it just something else I forgot to say or want to say.
Actually, the way it used to be was I would say, well, just like I just now did. I would, well, before. Anyway, I would say, hey, man, do you have anything else to talk about? And you'd say, no, but, and then you'd start talking about something. Always.
Right. Yeah.
And then I would say, once I knew we were done, then I would do the ending of the show, which you've got to, David, you need to go listen to the last episode. If you even know how to listen to our episodes. Have you ever listened to one of our episodes in the 400, 500 shows that we've recorded? No.
I listened to them live. Why do I need to listen to them twice? I'm there. I was there when it happened.
You know what Joshua said? He goes, you know what's awesome about you doing a podcast, Dad? And I said, what? He said, 20, 30 years from now, 40, 50 years from now, we'll always have like well over 1,000 hours of you and David just talking. And we can go listen to it.
Oh,
isn't that awesome?
That is awesome. Very nice compliment.
Well,
not about the show, just about the fact that they can still hold on to our voices.
Yeah.
I had to do that. I think I told you that one time. I had to record a voicemail greeting of a man that passed.
What?
His wife called in. She called his number and heard his recording because he passed. She just wanted to hear his voice. So she got a hold of my boss at the time and asked her, hey, is there any way I can get a recording of that? Because I know you're probably going to delete it. And we were, because we would have switched it over to the new user. So I had to go in there and unlock it and record it and send it to her. And it was really cool that I got to do that.
Awesome. All right, man. That's all I got. How about you, Dave?
I'm good.
All right. See you.
See ya.